This is Doug Green, and I'm the publisher of Telecom Reseller, and I'm very pleased to have with us again Spencer Lee, who's the CEO of Telin. Spencer, thank you for joining us today.
Doug, thanks so much for having me.
Well, there's everywhere you go now, they're selling pumpkins in the store. It's fall, and that means I think a lot of our readers, especially the channel partner guys, are thinking about their business. This is that type of inventory of your business kind of time of year. What happened?
Yeah,
What am I doing? What should I do for the new year and stuff? So we're going to be talking about opportunity and growth. We're going to be talking about if you're selling 3CX, how to make that business that you're having with them even better. And we're going to be talking about for the whole partner community, maybe looking at some new opportunities, adding to your portfolio and being able to go and have some flexibility in solving customer problems, being able to knock on more doors and stuff like that. So,
right.
we're going to dive right into that in just a second. But Spencer, what is Telin?
So Talent's a company that started back in 1991. Actually, we cut our teeth in the electronic medical record industry in Canada. So we provided a software solution to private clinics, whether that was GPs or cardiovascular clinics or ENTs, and we provided that software built in-house. We're a software development company built in-house. We provided that software to medical industry that required scheduling, appointment setting, lab results, billing, etc. And then we grew from there, and we had a requirement. I want to say back in 2010, where we wanted to be able to do an automated call out. So we wanted to, when you go to the doctor's office and you get those appointment reminder calls. So we actually built a telephony solution into our EMR software to do things like appointment reminder calls, etc. And then that kind of expanded from there. What we did was we built our own solution in house. We deployed that to specifically medical clinics. And then a big transition actually came in 2017 when we sold our EMR software, partnered with 3CX, who we've been working with for a couple of years at that point, and decided that there was a need in the market for a company to come in and really help other 3CX partners provide a solution that could take the on-prem that had traditionally been done and bring that into a cloud solution, but really geared towards 3CX. So there's lots of cloud solutions out there, Amazon, Google, notably, but something that was very specific to the telephony industry, because if you've got your servers hosted with Amazon and you've got your SIP trunking with another company and you've got your billing with another company, well, if there's any issues, it's not necessarily designed for that, and you really have to have a very experienced tier 3 engineer in-house that can understand how to troubleshoot that. And we found that speaking with a lot of 3CX partners, that was the biggest pain point. So we decided to really go all in on our efforts and build a platform, a solution that a company could come to us, whether they had already been working with 3CX and they have 10, 15 installations out, and they were just having a hard time scaling beyond that because they were hitting their threshold of technical knowledge, or companies that another one is companies that were looking at going into the UCaaS business but had not they don't have any experience. They have they're an MSP, they're experienced MSP, they have lots of clients, but they had not dipped their toe into that. So we wanted to work with both sets of partners and provide them a resource and a company that they could come for all of their telephony requirements. So whether that's buying your 3CX license, whether that's hosting your 3CX license, SIP trunking for that, hardware, faxing, billing and compliance. We're there obviously offering the services, but then wrapping all of that in what we call the partner success program, so that if there's any questions or there's any concerns or technical issues, you have us to call and we can help you.
So, for 3CX partners already selling 3CX, does that help them sort of move beyond where they are today?
Yeah, that's a good question, and we've ran into that quite a bit where a partner, a client will come to us and they'll say, hey, we've really been focused in, the professional industry. We've got, 10 law firms and we've got about 5 retails, but we've got this line on this opportunity for a car dealership, but we don't have any experience in that industry. Can you help us? And do you have any experience? And because we work with hundreds and hundreds of partners across North America and in Australia, we can pull from our knowledge, and part of the partner success program is we can sit down with them and say, oh, okay, from our experience, we would quote this way, we would, highlight these portions of 3CX that they're going to, really navigate towards, that makes sense to them, because, what's important for a law firm is not going to be what's important for a car dealership. They're going to be looking for, different parts and different feature sets. So we help them position the product in the right way. We help them price the product in the right way, so that they're not, a lot of times they're uncomfortable because what worked in one industry is just modeled and priced differently, and they want to make sure it's an apples to apples. So we help them in creating that go to market opportunity and something that they're bidding on. And then things like, engineering support. So if they need to sit down with, their tech support, their network engineers, and they need help with how the solution is going to be engineered and installed, we can bring one of our engineers, white label, we'll talk on their behalf, and we can speak directly, to that customer in that particular opportunity. So I say that, we help partners grow because we're providing a resource, a back end resource with a wealth of knowledge, because we work with so many partners in so many different verticals and industries, that we can help them, gain new footholds in new industries that they're looking at.
Now, I understand you have a comprehensive SLA and partner success program.
Yes, we do. So I was kind of alluding to that, where, we, because we have the building blocks of what's required to install everything from, a small retail location to an enterprise location. We have all those building blocks, but what we understand, the most important thing is that it's really wrapped in one service level agreement. So what that means is, if you're having an issue, you can expect one SLA, not multiple SLAs broken up between a whole bunch of organizations. One SLA that when you call us, whether that's a network related issue on a device, on a peplink device at your end customer's location, or a server related issue, or a termination call, wherever down that line the issue may happen, you can call us and you're meeting that SLA. So in turn, you can then write that into your contracts with your end customers and know comfortably that, you're going to be able to meet that. We
Speaking
call
of
that the partner success program.
Now, and speaking of widening an opportunity, I understand also you're able to help people who want to have more of a global presence.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've spent the last number of years expanding. Obviously we have registered companies in Canada, United States, in Australia, but where we've really shined is when partners have end customers that are global. They have locations in the US, in UK, in Africa, in South America, in Australia, and they need one partner to work with to be able to deploy a functional solution. Whether that's, a hotel chain, or whether that's a pharmaceutical company, they can come to us, and then we can then be their one partner that they need in order to install, across the globe, more or less.
Now, let's open up the conversation. In addition to helping 3CX partners get bigger, better, maybe even global, make their lives a lot easier, you guys have like a whole bunch of rich set of services that might be attractive to people that are currently not selling 3CX. For
Mhm.
example, I think you guys sell SIP trunking and hosting services. Tell me more about all that.
Yeah, so we make it pretty simple to work with us. The barrier to entry to work with Telin is basically non-existent. Whether you are looking to just come to us for licensing, whether you are just interested in hosting or you're just interested in SIP trunking, there's no requirement to purchase everything from us.
Hmm.
You can pick and choose what you're looking for, and whether that like I mentioned, SIP trunking, hosting, licensing, hardware, eFax, white label billing that's compliant in the United States, so you're state and federally compliant. We bring all that together, but you don't necessarily have to use all of that. It is a la carte. It is whatever makes the most amount of sense for your business. So we work with lots of partners that start out saying, hey, we're just looking at you for hosting, and then we provide them good levels of service, and we hope that we'll win their business over time on those other avenues.
And then you guys have developed something that makes things super handy. It's something called One Console.
Yeah, so the one console was an extremely big thing for us to develop, and we started this a few years ago because we wanted a single place. So I'm kind of describing our partner success program. I'm describing all of the products and services that we have to offer. But we wanted a single place where a, a partner of ours could go in, and the thought process there would be, okay, they could sit down with an end customer, and then they could, you know, at their boardroom table, they could basically build out, an entire solution. They could, you know, purchase all the services that I just previously mentioned. All of that could obviously be purchased, but then it could be managed. So there's really two sides to our console. Is it's a place where you can be put in the driver's seat if if you worked with Telin for a couple of years, and you've exhausted all the resources and you're an expert now. Well, now you can just go into the console and buy all your services on your own. But then the management is the really big piece that we're very excited for it, and we've been hearing just fantastic reviews. And that's to, in a single pane of glass, see all of your end customers and be able to see what's happening with them, set thresholds on, let's say the hosting. You want to make sure that everything is operating as expected. So if you've got 150 end customers deployed, you have one pane of glass where you can see the entire book of your business, and that you like I say, a sea of green, knowing everything checks out, everything's good. And my vision, and I've seen a few partners do this, stick that up in your tech room on the wall on the TV, and just have a sense of uh, confidence that your end customers are operational, there's no issues, and if there are a problem, you know about it before the end customer knows about it, hopefully, and you can call them saying, hey, we noticed that you might be having an issue with your network. Can we help you with that? So that's the goal behind our one console, and that's what's driving us forward. And I'm very happy with the progress that's been made to date, and we're developing it constantly. So any new features that are coming out are really being driven by our partners. Hey, we'd love to see this now. Can you add that? What features are you wanting to see? So it's really a solution, a software that's built by our partners for our partners.
Well, Spencer, I want to thank you for joining us today. This has been great to learn. Like I said, very timely. This time of year gets a little cooler. People are thinking about the new year, maybe
Yeah,
growing their business, maybe making it a little bit more diversified in terms of the portfolio, more offerings. It sounds like you guys make it a little bit easier to deal with. You guys too. There's a big
we
story
tried
here.
it.
Where can we learn more about Telin?
You can go to our website, telin.com, Telin.com. and then reach out to one of our team members, and we'd be happy to walk through a demo, talk about your individual circumstances, what you're looking for, how we can help. If you've never done 3CX before and you're new to this, give us a call, and we can start from the ground up. You don't have to be a 3CX partner to work with us. We are here to help everyone from that's just interested in it and hasn't submitted their partner application up to a titanium partner. We work with everyone in between.
Well, on that interesting note, I want to thank you. I'm looking forward to our next podcast, learning about your upcoming event, how that went, and also your other news. But for now, Spencer, thank you very much for joining me today.
Yeah, thank you so much.